My name is Kat, and this is Aphrodite Set Free. What is a permission slip? It could be an item of clothing, right? So as an example, you see that today I'm wearing very luxurious clothing. And I've got this luxurious fur scarf. And to me, this represents princess energy, as does this music box. Now, here's a backstory that I think will give an even more clear example on how to know what permission slip is for you. Have you ever noticed synchronicities in your life and you just feel a connection to it? There's this connection. So that way that I'm explaining this is going to help us get to this base root of creating or finding a permission slip that is right for you and is going to be extra powerful. So it should be something that invokes a deep feeling of connection, resonance, alignment, and it should also be something that is kind of effortless, because if something comes to us more effortlessly, well, that's alignment. Alignment is harmonious, so naturally it's more effortless. So if you're jumping through a bunch of hoops and straining yourself, and I don't mean taking action with inspiration and motivation and passion. I mean taking action with strain, pressure, the feeling of rushing. There's not enough time, I have to get this done. The feeling of desperation, not desire, not inspired desire of the heart, but desperation of grasping. I need this. When it's like that, those are all indicators that that's not, even if you think that's the right permission slip for me, it goes with what I imagine would be. It logically makes sense. No. This is something we're going to use energy and intuition with. For example, so I was feeling in alignment with my inner child. I was feeling safe and peaceful, and I had my new vanity, and I wanted something to make it more feel like me. And the idea of a music box came to my head, and I looked on Amazon, and immediately, like the first option, it said for you, and here it was. And I love the way it looks because it looks edible to me. I could just take a bite out of it, and it kind of reminds me for some reason of this old episode from this TV show called Arthur. He was like a cartoon bear, and he had a little sister, D&W. And in this one episode, she didn't want to eat spinach, and it was like this whole thing. And then she went to a restaurant with her family and got the princess pie. And it might have been decorated in a similar manner or something, because for some reason in my mind, it reminds me of that episode. I don't have a clear image in my mind. I just have this feeling of it. The way that I didn't have to look for it very hard. And also when I saw it, I felt it. And yet, me being a Libra, so I'm wind, air, and more mental, I had to look through and make sure that there was no other options that were as good, and this was the right one. But it's funny because that was a little lesson I learned myself too, is when we know it's right and it's right there, there's no need to doubt. You know, it just brings us back into this energy of feeling lack, feeling searching instead of receiving, and feeling like more effort needs to be done instead of energy. And so that was an old habit that I noticed, and I do want to let go of that more and just trust and take that step. Like, this is the one, it's there, it feels right, and go with it, instead of weighing all the other options. Sometimes it's good to weigh the options, but your heart knows when to do that and how to do that. So to go down that river and let the river guide us. Now, I said that I wanted to explain why it's not going to be anything that comes from desperation. Imagine yourself like you are the sun of your universe. We are each the star, and everything in our universe that we perceive is a reflection of ourselves. Yes? So, if everything we perceive is a reflection of us, that means that everything is coming from within. So the important thing with permission slips is to know that the object itself is not what carries the weight of the magic. The magic is coming from within. And then when we put that magic onto an object that highly resonates and is in alignment, that energy will be bounced back to us. And if something did happen to the object, that's okay, because ultimately it comes from within. And that's why it will never be something feeling desperate, like I need this crown to feel like royalty. It can represent the royalty that we are. And it could also be things like our posture, fixing our posture. And since human nature is to mirror one another, as we are the star of our universe, we want to be conscientious of the energy that we're giving out. And so if you think about it, when we give ourselves this permission slip of fixing our posture, those around us are also given in our universe permission slips to fix their posture and feel like they can shine instead of shrink with us. And so it can be this beautiful thing by giving ourselves permission slips, by granting that access to those around us and showing them. So that's another reason why permission slips can be such a beautiful thing. If you're looking for a permission slip to be a princess, to have that type of energy, to be a soft girl, we might want to look at the toys we got when we were little girls and that spike of energy we would feel from getting a new Barbie or a new Bratz doll or a little pet shop, or the feeling of dressing up for Halloween, or the feeling of putting on flavored chapstick, a new flavored lip smackers or something. And that feeling, now as an adult woman, feel that and look at what in the external world would reflect that energy in a way that's a great conductor, a harmonious conductor, to bounce that type of energy back to you. And it might be something that the collective all kind of agrees with is princess related, or it might be something a little bit more unique. Your heart will tell you. And with that, this feeling, this magic that comes from within, and it's going to be bounced back, or possibly it is from a divine source outside of ourselves, but still it is our power to say yes and to give that consent, that yes to the universe. And so ultimately it's our choice. It's coming from us, what we choose as the star, as the sun. And imagine it like this. Imagine as the sun, you are able to give your light energy to all flowers. So you get to choose which flowers you want to shed and feed your energy to. Those flowers are going to be the ones that surround us the most. They are going to be the most strong. And so think of it like that, and everything in our perception is a flower in a way, if you want to look at it that way. So where are we going to put our light energy? Where are we going to put our magic on? Because that's what's going to be bouncing back just the most. And with that, this is also why it's so valuable to surround ourselves with permission slips, that we go through these type of steps toward surrounding ourselves in our closest environments, like at home, where we have more control over what surrounds us, because then our worlds will be more harmonious. Our inner and our outer worlds will be more harmonious with one another, and this is going to create a more harmonious life. So that's another reason why it's so valuable to use permission slips. So this is also why being the star, it's so valuable when we not only look at the physical things. Oh, and let me give a few more examples of permission slips just to get your creative juices flowing. It could be a perfume, a vanilla perfume that you spray every time you want to tap into princess energy. Soft girl, it's time for me to become soft now. I'm going to spray this vanilla scented perfume, and the body, the mind, the subconscious knows that these two are one equals the other. This vibration matches and is reflecting and bouncing back, so it's going to be easier to flow and tap into that, right? And it could be something like fixing your posture, moving furniture around, putting different, just changing things up in your house, and thinking to yourself, now that this furniture is moved around, I'm in a new reality. I've moved this item over here. Or even just, you don't have time, let me just position this a little clockwise. I'm in the reality where I'm softer, maybe I'm more powerful, whatever you want it to be. When I play this song, it means this for me. When I walk over a threshold, crossing into another room or the threshold of my home, I'm in this energy now. It could be a necklace. It could be the water from the shower washing away other energies. So yeah, play around with this, because there's an abundant amount of ways that we can work with it and live a life that is more intentional, more beautiful, more powerful, and And honestly, more self-adoration, more relaxation, more easy, more harmonious. It's more synchronicities, right? We're helping this flow of synchronicities, these things that match, that we are on our way to creating our highest version of ourselves. We're in alignment with the highest version of ourselves. And so by surrounding us with things that resonate with that version, then we're going to be more in alignment. So life does get to be magical, and we are so powerful. I mean, after all, we're the sun. So take advantage of it. And it doesn't even, as I've been saying, it not necessarily needs to be physical objects, but the fact that we're giving our energy as the sun, as the star, what type of energy we're giving out into the world to other humans and animals and our car, the things that we perceive that are in our field, what type of energy, because so often we focus on what is it giving to us, but let's take our power back and consider, what are we giving to it, to them? And when we come from a place of love inside, love is so powerful, and that's what's going to be reflected back more and more like a snowball. So even if you don't notice it so much at first, remember, it comes from within, as the sun, as the star. So to give love to our cars or our things that we have, our food, our water that we drink, to give love to the humans we see, the strangers, the tree we pass by, our shoes, our things, love and gratitude, then we are, as the sun, as the star, we are going to be giving that love, and then it's going to be bouncing back to us, and it's going to be like a doubling effect, and it's going to be like more and more loving and lovely. Thank you so much for coming. I'm sending you guys love and light.